Welcome back. My name is Kara Michelle and I am here to help you live your truth. So on today's video with A Course in Miracles, we are diving into day 6 and I'm really excited to talk about this one. There is so much in here, so let's get going. So chapter 6 is called The Illusion of Needs, and it's really fascinating because we live in a society where we are always wanting more. We think we need more and we're never satisfied. We live in a place of lack and scarcity where we're looking for more and never grateful, never feeling whole or complete, and really depending on external things, whether that's people, like accolades or success or material things. We are looking for satisfaction externally because we don't feel complete or whole or good enough. So there is this major level of lack in the way that most of us live each day, and that's kind of what this chapter is discussing. It says that while lack does not exist in the creation of God, it is very apparent in what you have made. It is, in fact, the essential difference between them. Lack implies that you would be better off in a state somehow different from the one you are in. And until the separation, which is the meaning of the fall, nothing was lacking. There were no needs at all. Needs only arise when you deprive yourself. So if we look at our ancestors, like years and years ago, there was no separation. We knew what we were. We knew how we were connected to the earth, to the source. We knew we were part of God. We knew that we were amazing spiritual beings, that we were more than just this physical body in this three-dimensional world going through the motions, hustling for money or power. There was no separation. We were one and the same, and we knew who we truly were. But then the separation came, which we could get into that, and everyone will probably have a different perspective or belief on that. But there really was a time when people became aware of this, and they wanted to use it. They wanted to control the masses, and they wanted the power, the money, and they were very greedy people. And I will not get into that anymore because some of you might watch this and think I'm like on a major conspiracy theory, but that is what I believe. That some people came along, tried to control. They wanted us to feel like we weren't good enough in ourselves, so that we needed something else, and so that we paid them or depended on them or invested into different things or worked for them and struggled. We lost our true sense of ourself, and we stopped seeing the beautiful power and unique abilities that we had within, and we lost ourselves. And I like to think of it as this beautiful, colorful, vibrant world that we used to live in. And then the power-hungry people came and that separation happened, and then the world started to just go bleak, and it started to turn to black and white. The color drained, the beauty drained, the appreciation, the positivity. You look around in our world now, all we're faced with, all we're bombarded with day in and day out is fear, negativity, lack. Everything is about the struggle and the things that you can lose, and the fact that you're not good enough yet or you're not there yet. It is all lack and scarcity. So the whole point of this illusion of needs, this chapter, is realizing that was created by man. That was created by human beings. It wasn't true. It's not true. It's not our true essence. So when you realize that there's no such thing lacking, there's no scarcity in who you are, you realize you are limitless. You are everything. You are God. We are all God. But a lot of us don't believe it because we've bought into the years and years of programming and all the things going on around us. So that is powerful stuff. When you realize that who you are is already good enough, you're not lacking, and it's just a perception. It's just a belief that we have. So it says this sense of separation would never have arisen if you had not distorted your perception of truth and had thus perceived yourself as lacking. So that is the fundamental error, to perceive ourselves as lacking, as not good enough, not worthy, and just caught in the struggle. It keeps us in that struggle, in that low vibe, or that really black and white, gray, murky, not exciting place. I don't know if I'm describing that very well, but for me, I can picture it that way. So the real purpose of this world is to use it to correct your unbelief. And it's saying that you can never control the effects of fear yourself, because you made fear and you always believe in what you make. And let's look at this even as like fear or limiting beliefs. If you have really negative limiting beliefs about what you're capable of, you're going to believe them because you created them. You created it, and you continue to see it or repeat it in your mind and perceive it in the world. And so you believe that so strongly, but that doesn't mean that it's true. And here it says that we resemble our Creator, who has perfect faith in his creations because he created them. And he knows what he created. He believes in that. And that's exactly what we do with our fear or with our doubts or our limiting beliefs. So any of those negative thoughts that we have created hold so much extra power just because of our own mind and the way we believe in what we create. So all aspects of fear are untrue because they do not exist at the creative level, and therefore they do not exist at all. And basically it goes on to say how only perfect love exists. Fear is just created, and there is no such thing as fear. It's really love or fear, and we've created this negative place, but the true essence, the true thing that is there is always love. It's always love. And so the fear just needs to stop getting the power, and we push our beliefs back into love, into how capable we are, how amazing we are, and then the whole world shifts. So believe this and you will be free. And that's kind of how I look at this one. The illusion of dreams. It really is a control. We've been mass controlled. We do not see the true world. We do not see our true capabilities. And when you can see that and you can kind of lift the veil or push aside those old beliefs, you're going to open up and see a whole new world. So let's get into the lesson for today. Lesson number 6 carries over from yesterday's. I am upset because I see something that is not there. So yesterday was I am never upset for the reason I think. And this is very similar. I'm upset because I see something that isn't there. So think of a time when you were upset or angry recently, and more often than not, you are also reading into the situation, imagining things, perceiving things. Our minds are crazy powerful. But if you had even like a small argument with someone, you're perceiving their side of the story or their arguments or their things that they're saying, possibly in a totally different way than they're even intending it. And you are seeing something that isn't there. You're creating a story. And what I love about the mind is realizing that all day it's making up stories about what it's seeing, what it's hearing, what's going on around it, what it thinks is going on, what it thinks is right or wrong. It is constantly telling stories. So the point of this exercise is to look at these negative emotions and say, I am angry at blank because I see something that is not there. Or I am upset about blank because I see something that is not there. And then really look at that situation that's bringing up the emotion and look at, how am I seeing this? What am I perceiving? What things am I focused on? And just to play on that again, a perfect example is like if you get in an argument and you get upset about something, a lot of times it's not about what's actually happening. It's because of things from the past or memories of old times where we were hurt or where someone else did something similar and then it got even worse. and our mind starts to tell us that story, and we get upset about even more than we need to before it's even happened. So we carry the weight of all of our upsets and all of our angers and all of those negative emotions every day, and then we kind of project it onto different situations and assume that it's going to happen the exact same way, and we react that same way even though it might be totally different. So I'm upset because I see something that is not there is really going to help you create more of your awareness around what's going on and how your mind is working and what you're seeing. So you can do that anytime throughout the day, and remember, there are no small upsets. They are all equally disturbing to my peace of mind. So even if it's something very simple and small, do this. Look at what you are seeing that is not there in the situation and see what comes up for you. So that is lesson 6, and I will see you tomorrow on the next video. You can let me know in the comments what you thought about this exercise, if you've noticed that in your own mindset. And as always, if you haven't yet, please hit the thumbs up, please subscribe, stick around, and join me for the next day in A Course in Miracles.